Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2020 Fighter Fest press conference. I'm Mega, and I'm part of the AEW management team. On behalf of the AEW management team, I'm very excited to be bringing you this pay-per-view level card. Over 2 nights on TNT, all of the AEW titles will be challenged. I see that Mr. Hager still is not here, but let's get started anyway. Let's take some questions for the defending champs team. Liz Hunter from Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
This is directed to Arn. Arn, are you surprised by Jake Hager's absence?
Surprised? Probably not the right word. There's some kind of head game, Jake. You know, you check the history books, and no matter what sport we're talking about, you ever notice they're not very thick because there are very few champions. Oodles and oodles of challengers, but very few people that rise to the top and become a bona fide, legitimate champion. You're looking at one man to my left. He's a legitimate champion, and he goes out there every single week and proves it. Now, you took the opportunity to come out and keep yourself about 50 feet away and do some challenging, do some huffing and puffing and barking, and said you wanted to crack at Cody. Well, I went in the back, did a coach's corner, and, I've been around a while, Jake. I'm not some moron. And I said, it's not the time. It's not the time for Hager. Timing is all wrong. He's a big, tough, badass. It's just not time. What none of you saw is about 30 seconds later, whoop, Cody. Veins sticking out in his neck, sweat on his forehead, face red as a beet. He looked me right in the eye, and it kind of took me aback for a second. I collected myself, and he said, "You don't think I could beat that son of a bitch?" And that vein got bigger, and it got thicker. And I knew, Jake, I'd accomplished what I wanted to. I challenged him. I challenged Cody. Now, are you so stupid that you believed what I said about you, Jake? Because you are all those things, but you're still a challenger. And your conduct today, as unprofessional as it is, it will keep you a challenger for the rest of your career. Do you have the credentials to be a champion? Maybe. Not showing up here today, disrespecting all these people, disrespecting this man has only shown me one of two things. You're either doubting yourself or you're just too stupid to get up here and put a brave front. When this is all said and done, we will still have a champion, and his name will be Cody.
Thank you. Next question. Matt Brock, PWI.
Thank you. My question's for Cody. Cody, how does it feel to be the first TNT champion?
How does it feel? Feels like hope. That yearning and that desire for a positive expectation. That's what hope is. You know what else hope is? Hope is last week Arn selecting Ricky Starks from Louisiana, a kid that, no hyperbole, no tall tale, had $3.67 in his checking account before he came to Dynamite, and he left Dynamite with work, with a job. I know I go by the American nightmare, but I still very much believe in the American dream, and that's hope. And I know I don't have the best reputation. I'm a bit of a Boy Scout, do the work. Doesn't sit well with everybody. I take wrestling very seriously because wrestling has seriously fed me as long as I've been alive. I don't like meta wrestling. I don't like play wrestling. I don't like cosplay wrestling. I like professional wrestling. I like to fight. I like the taste of my own blood. I like the feeling of a man's kneecap between my legs when you slap on the figure four. And that's a selfish feeling. That's an indulgence, but it's not compared. It pales in comparison to the feeling a viewer has at home when they watch what we do. That's the service we provide. That's the hope I'm talking about. Another aspect of hope is right there. Little Ruth here. This title, it's not even complete. It's public knowledge. This isn't the finished championship belt, but that's the title. That's the title that was featured in the tournament that led us through the fog that was this pandemic and the onset of it and losing our fans. This doesn't even have the silver plating. It doesn't have the nickel plating. It's an incomplete but beautiful situation. We can start.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Cameraman.
All right. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's not now.
Just let it go. All good. Let it go.
It's all good.
Hey, get her off the stage now! Get her off the stage!
I got it. Everybody back up. We're done. Thank you guys. We're done.
He's scrambling. He's playing head games. He's scrambling.